Two sides of the same coin, yet so vastly different from each other. We're talking about two of Vijay Mallya's biggest business ventures, one of which supports his king-size lifestyle. That's right, I'm talking about Kingfisher Beer. But contrast that with his airline business that has reported more than 10 quarterly losses and has really hit rock bottom. Consumers have lost all faith, and the most popular jokes cracked today without fail have the word Kingfisher in them. So the question we're asking today is, will the failure of the airline business have a rub-off on its beer brand? The airline was meant to leverage the UB Group's most successful flagship brand, Kingfisher Beer. But does the reverse apply as well? Khushbu Patodia attempts to answer this one.
It's the brand that has been the talk of the nation.
This is the limit to which I will go.
The newsmaker, the headline grabber, and of course has also become the tax department's favorite. Who else but Kingfisher Airlines? And so much negative publicity around the airlines makes anything Kingfisher vulnerable to getting tainted. Does that mean the airline's king-size debts and its negative implication extend itself to its iconic beer brand, Kingfisher Beer, as well?
The key point really is that there are three brands that play out here. One is Kingfisher Airlines, the other is Dr. Vijay Mallya, the king of good times, and the third is Kingfisher Beer. While I'm not too worried about the impact on Kingfisher Beer, I'm reasonably worried about the impact on brand Vijay Mallya. Because at the end of the day, Vijay Mallya has actually become an intrinsic part of brand Kingfisher.
The failure of anything Kingfisher is the failure of Vijay Mallya. That is not going to go away so easily. Because, let's put it this way, what was earlier flamboyance sounds now like a recklessness. And what was earlier grandiose plans now sounds like delusion. Tomorrow, Vijay Mallya's brand is going to suffer.
Kingfisher Beer increased its market share from 43% in 2006 to 57% in 2011 and went on to become the market leader in this space. And that's what laid the foundation for Kingfisher Airlines when 7 years ago, relying on the strength of Kingfisher Beer, Mallya set up the airline business. Conventionally, the downturn of the mother brand affects the daughter brand. But given the fact that both the businesses share a common brand name, could it have a reverse impact?
In the beer category, the truth is that Kingfisher is an extremely strong brand, and therefore, unlike other brands, if there was any other brand that was facing this problem, the impact would have been acute. In the case of Kingfisher, the impact is not that acute, but it still, will exist, because this whole notion of the king of good times and the idea of the kind of fun and carefreeness that surrounds beer and the brand clearly does get dented.
How much does Kingfisher Airlines, the brand, impact and affect Kingfisher Beer? I do believe it's a small percentile impact. I would not put the percentile impact more than about 7 or 8 percentile points on an entire scale of 100. However, it is important to control this spread of the canker, as one would call it, onto the mother brand.
Realizing that there could be a long-term impact on Kingfisher Beer, the brand has suddenly become quite aggressive on social media through campaigns that attempt to bring together its consumers both online and offline. Social media is yet another platform where Kingfisher is very strong. On Facebook, Kingfisher is among the top 5 brands in India with close to 3.4 million likes. Since its launch in January 2010, Kingfisher's following on Twitter has increased from a mere 1,600 to close to 18,000 followers currently. So seems like the brand is once again attempting to play on its strengths. But is this the right strategy for them to adopt at this point in time?
Social media marketing is not a strategy. Social media marketing means what? What are you doing in that is the strategy. The fact that you're on social media somehow is seen to be some sort of, something which is almost fetishized nowadays. Being on social media is not a big deal, it requires nothing to be on social media. What you do there is important. What is the story? What is your side of the story.
Clearly, Twitter and Facebook campaigns aren't the best way forward for brand Kingfisher. Instead, the brand needs to resolve the financial and operational problems it is going through. And given that Vijay Mallya's business sensibility is already under the scanner, experts are of the view that going forward it is going to be extremely difficult for him to launch new businesses.